What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Friday night. We are live and in person with you guys tonight, and we hope everybody has had a fantastic week. We've got a good many in the house already, Michael. We've got a lot of people that are going to be interested in what we're talking about tonight, and
Yeah,
I can't wait to share and discuss some things that I've seen this week, some things that are going on in the metal detecting world, and just come on here and have a good time with everyone too. So it's going to be a fun night. Anything you want to say real quick before we get rolling?
I just want to say hello to everyone. Hope everybody's having a good evening, and I'm ready to get started. We got a lot to talk about tonight, like you
Oh my
said.
gosh, we got so much that's going on. So it should be a great night. You guys feel free to ask any questions, anything that I'll try to answer them. Michael will try to answer them, but we'll definitely try to get you guys up and going with all the latest metal detecting news from around the metal detecting world. And we've
Yeah,
got a lot. And the main focus tonight is going to be on the new Garrett Storm. And
hmm
I know a lot of you are here for that because that's what we put up on the thumbnail. So we're going to start off with talking about that, but then we're going to dive into all the other events of this past week, which has just been an incredible week of metal detecting news. And, we want to try to stay on top of that. And we want to bring you guys all the latest and be able to discuss all these things with you guys as well. So, real quick, Michael, as we always do, let's do our shout outs real quick. We've got Mr. Bobby Short in the house. We appreciate Bobby being in here. He says he's hunting a late 1800s home tomorrow. Hoping for the best. Good luck, Bobby. We appreciate your support as well. Mr. James Letner's in the house. Good evening to James. Mr. Jack Bellamy's in the house. Glad to have Jack in here. As always, Mr. Bobby Short's in here with us. Mr. Chris, always a great supporter of the channel as well. My main man here, Mr. Lance McElwain. Always glad to have Lance. We got some real interesting stuff, Lance. You're going to really want to see this tonight as well. Digging Daryl. Always love having Digging Daryl in here with us. And we appreciate Digging Daryl. And again, hopefully he says he's on his way home from work. So he's tuning in, watching it, or listening to it from his way home from work. So super excited about having Digging Daryl with us. Ricky Bennett's in here. Glad to have Ricky. Workman's Adventure is in here. Thank you, Workman's Adventure, for sharing your finds on our Facebook group page. And we appreciate you sharing those finds over there on that page or on that group page as well. Gary and the Goose, Mr. Gary N, is in the house. Glad to have Gary, always a wonderful supporter. Mr. LC Hunt, another great supporter of the channel. We appreciate him. DS Metal Detecting, he's been on here quite a bit. We appreciate him. Mr. Dwayne Cron is in the house. Always super excited to have Dwayne. Always real excited to have Mr. Stink Ass Cat. Glad to have him in here with us. Super excited about the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. And it's going to be fun. It really is.
yeah,
Metal Detecting Texas is in here. Always a super supporter of the channel. Metal Detecting Northwestern Wisconsin. Super excited to have him. Rito Marcello is in the house. And Rito shared me some finds. I might try to pull those up tonight to show you guys. But Rito was the one that shared finds with us, Michael. So, but we might get Rito's up towards the end of our show tonight. Mr. Tex Kinsey is in the house. Glad to have Tex. Appreciate you, buddy, being in here tonight. Sniper Snipes is in the house from Wisconsin. Always super excited to have Sniper Snipes in the house with us too as well. Mr. Corey Pope is in the house, calling out from Cincinnati, Ohio. Michael, how about that? Don't Tread
yeah.
on Me is in here with us tonight. He says, howdy, y'all. We appreciate him. Great supporter of the channel as well. Miss Bells is always here with us. Glad to have Bells with us. Get That Treasure. Always super excited to have him as well. And let's see here. We're trying to get everybody. Mr. Ohio Fred's in the house. Love having Fred in here. Super supporter of the channel. Mr. Bubba Smith is in the house. Glad to have him with us tonight. Wilton 925 is in here with us. Glad to have him with us. Connor's Relics and Treasures. Glad to have Connor in here. And I've actually hunted with Connor before. Super nice guy. Appreciate Connor joining with us tonight. Dirt Devil Detecting, as always, is in here with us. Appreciate his support. Remember, Dirt Devil Detecting makes a couple of accessories that you can get for the dais too. A nice stand, sturdy stand, and also the remote control lock that you can put on your shaft to hold your dais to remote on. And it's
very nice.
Very, very nice. Mr. Brian Krishik, I think is how you say it. Glad to have him. Manitoba Metal Detectors Group. Glad to have you in here with us tonight. And there's Mr. Stephen Patterson from the upstate of South Carolina, big Nocta supporter. And we appreciate Stephen being in here with us tonight. And I think I've got everybody, Michael. So
that's a big list. It's
that was a big list. And, and I appreciate everyone taking their time out on a Friday night to join in with us. And it's been a busy week. I've had a busy week. I got to do some things. I actually got to detect one day, but it was so flipping hot, Michael. It was almost 90 degrees on the day that I went. I was only out there for a few hours, dug a couple of things, and just had to pack it in. So,
about time for you to hit the beach.
Yeah, and I'm going to start doing some beach hunting because I know some people on here love to beach hunt as well. So we've got a lot of things coming, and like I said, just stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of content coming over the next few weeks or so as we move through the month of June. And we had a great members-only live stream on Sunday night, which was super fantastic. We gave away a couple of prizes there on Sunday night. And for you guys that are waiting on those should be coming to you very, very soon. So be prepared. Probably in the next 2 to 3 days, you'll probably see those things start to show up. But we appreciate everyone showing up for the members only live stream. And if you are interested in joining the members only, you can sign up for it. And real simple to do. We have 2 membership levels. We have a $4.99 level and a $9.99 level. And you can get involved in that. And we do special monthly live streams for those members with special giveaways, special guests, special information as well. But we'll still be doing our regular live stream. So you're still going to get a lot of great information, whether you're a member or a subscriber, whatever. But we are here to provide as much information as we can for everyone. And that's what we're here for. So, again, if you are interested, it's scrolling across the bottom. You can sign up for 2 levels, the True Relic Hunter level, which is $9.99, and that supports the channel. Or you can sign up for the $4.99, which also supports the channel as well. And you get special badges. You get into that members-only live stream that we do once a month with giveaways and all sorts of other things too. So you definitely want to get involved with that if you're interested in getting maybe just a little bit more. So we appreciate all the support and that from any of those people that are members that are on here tonight. So we got a lot of people showing up. We got Mr. Eastman's in the house. Glad to have him in here with us. Relic Jedi's in the house. He says, "Good evening, ladies and gents." So we got a few people in here, Michael. So I think it's about time to do some talking. What do you think?
Yeah, there's been a lot of news, in the metal detecting world,
Right.
announcements,
So let's start off with the one that I think that a lot of people are here for and here to talk about, and that's going to be the new Garrett Storm. So Garrett, of course, been a little bit out of touch lately over the last few years, but they're coming back, and they're coming back in a big, big way, Michael, with this new release of this machine. And I've got a very, very good feeling about this machine, Michael. And we're going to watch this video clip. I know some of you have seen it. Some of you maybe have not. And it's basically talking about what this new machine is going to be sort of centered around. So let's watch this clip, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about the Garrett Storm, and we'll get ready for that. So it's going to be a good one. So let's add that to our stage, Michael, and we're going to go full screen with it. And let's play the Garrett promo.
More power. More speed. New technology. Treasure adventure awaits. In the fields, on the beach, and even beneath the waves. There's a storm on the horizon. Garrett's new arrival will deliver new technology and versatile new options, not just minor changes to an existing product. This is a completely new Detector series. Register now for the Storm Watch. Its power will be revealed soon.
So, Michael, what do you think about this new Garrett? Let me cut that off for a second. What do you think about these new promos? What did you notice in all of that?
I mean, what do you think the EMD, EMF stand? Of course, obviously it's multi-frequency, the last part, but
Right.
what
So
is it multi? You know, some people's guess multi-dimensional,
I think it's
multi.
multi-dimensional. Now, I could be
Right.
totally off base with that, but I think it's going to give you more of a 3D effect. And that's what intrigues me the most. And the other thing, if you paid attention to the commercial and the promo, you actually heard them say, this is going to be new technology. This is going to be not just something that they've sort of rehashed and put on another one of their older existing machines. This is going to be something that's going to be revolutionary, is the way that I interpret it. And I think that's what everybody else is interpreting it as well. So, what is Garrett up to? I think that we're going to see a series of machines. We're going to see maybe an upper tier machine, a mid-level machine, and maybe a lower tier sort of beginner type machine. So I think we're going to see a whole series of machines. That's just my guess. I'm also thinking, because they keep saying new technology, they're not rehashing something, that it's going to be something revolutionary, something new, that we might even see a colored screen on this thing. I'm not sure about that yet, but I do believe that that's something that people are going to be looking for in this machine. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm probably more excited about this, you know, news from Garrett than any of the other, announcements we've heard from the other companies. For one, it's been a while since we've heard anything and had anything new from Garrett, and they're an American company, and of course, I'm rooting for them for that reason. And it just, the thought of a new technology and what they're going to come out with is intriguing to me, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Right. And,
Um,
and I want to say this too. Kudos to Garrett's marketing people. The
yeah,
way that they've gone about this, they're building the hype, which is, what they should be doing. They're releasing little tidbits, things to sort of get people interested, fired up again about Garrett. And I know a lot of us on here are USA Garrett supporters. And we all probably have used Garrett's at some
oh
point,
yeah,
some time. And so I think people are just waiting and chomping at the bit for a Garrett machine to come out that is going to keep up with all of these other machines that are out there right now. And I'm really feeling like, Michael, they're going to deliver on this machine. I really feel that that's what's coming. And I think once people see this, it's going to be game changing. I feel like, or it's going to
right.
be able to be in the same ballpark as some of these other machines. And I think that's going to draw in the audience that they want. It's going to draw in the consumers that they want. But kudos to their marketing team. They've done an excellent job of preparing people for this machine. The live stream event that they're going to do on June 18th, signing up for it in a newsletter, gathering all of that information is going to pay huge dividends for them as they get ready to release this machine. And I can't wait to get my hands on one of these Garrett Storms and start running it on my relic sites, on these beach sites, running it through these tests and sort of evaluating it, breaking it down, and putting that information out there for everyone to see, because I really feel like Garrett is definitely on the right track with the way that they're going about handling this machine.
Well, also, I would, just down the road after this machine's released, for years, we've used Garrett pin pointers, and they've worked great, and I think they're gonna, if they adapt the rechargeable battery on this new machine, which I think they
Right.
will,
I
that's the
think they
way
will
most of
too.
these machines are going. We may see a Garrett pin pointer down the road. It will be rechargeable as well. We already know it has, the Z link where it connects to your headphones. I think that'll be incorporated in it as well. But I would, that's one thing I wish my lab would have done with their pin pointer. They released a Profine 40. I would like to see it rechargeable. That's
Right.
one thing I wish they would have done, like the Nocta and the XP pin pointer.
Right. Stink ass cat's already saying I'm selling the Legend and buying the Storm. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are really excited about this machine. I'm
Yeah.
excited about this machine. I know you are excited about this machine.
Yeah.
We're hoping that it does live up to the hype. It lives up to what we expect and what we think is going to happen. And I feel it is going to. I think Garrett has been, they bought White's technology. So my question is, how much of that White's technology is going to transfer over into this new machine? And when I think back to the V3i, I think back to that colored screen, and I think back to, it having selectable frequencies at that point, which was a big, big deal during that period. And so, if Garrett can combine both of those things and bring this machine to fruition, then it's a machine that's going to be able to compete. They weren't that far off with the Apex. My real question is, how is it going to compare as far as audio wise? We sort of got used to that audio for those Garrett machines. Is this audio going to be totally different from the audio of the AT Max and the AT Pro and the Apex?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So that's another thing that I was really interested in. And I really feel like that this machine is going to be a beach performer too, which I think that they put a lot of time and effort into making sure that happens. And again, if you noticed at the end of that promo video, you saw KG and Ringy and a couple of the other Garrett people that were showing some of the things that they found with this new machine. So this machine is been in the testing phase for a little while now, and those guys have had their hands on them. And again, I'm hoping to get my hands on one and start bringing you guys some content with the Garrett Storm. So I think it's going to be really, really interesting. And a lot of people are right. There are so many machines that are out there. Bell says, Mama needs a new detector. I think I hear the thunder. That's right. So Bell's is exactly on that. And I believe that it will be fully waterproof. And DCM Detect says, whatever they are doing, I think Garrett is. Yeah, I think so too. I've just got a feeling.
Well, in the past too, they've kind of stuck with that S-type shaft, with the control box mounted on it.
Right.
And it's going to be interesting to see if they go, most of the machines now have gone to the, style like the Manicore, the Simplex, where, you got the handle on the control box, and it's mounted to a straight shaft.
Right.
Pretty much. And I'm just wondering if they're going to adapt that, or, who knows?
Right.
It'll be interesting to see.
Well, I think that we're going to see a carbon graphite shaft. I mean,
That's what I think too.
I don't see any other way. Now they may have a lower end machine in this series that might not have the carbon graphite, but I think the upper tier of this series is probably going to have a carbon graphite.
Right.
Ohio Fred says that he thinks it's going to be a repackaged White's V3i, but remember, the White's V3i was not a multi-frequency machine.
Right.
It had selectable frequencies, but it wasn't completely multi-frequency, which I think is where Garrett is going with this. So I think they're going to take parts and pieces of the V3i and then maybe put it into that. But again, I could be totally wrong. I could be way off base, but those are what I'm thinking and what I'm hearing. But that's not to say that's what ends up happening. I just know what Garrett has done with Whites, and so maybe that's what ends up happening. So those are just assumptions on my part. James Bazell's in the house. Glad to have James. Stack Silver says, if I end up buying a Garrett Storm, it won't be my first Storm. I once owned a Geo Storm. Yeah, I remember the Geo Storms for sure.
Storm.
Yeah, Fly Rock says, no, Daryl, he hasn't started a pre-order list. Well, maybe, Joel, maybe it's time to start one for sure. And Dirt Devil Detector says, I wouldn't jump ship on any Detector until these new units get in experienced hands to see how they perform. Right. There are so many good choices out there right now. And we're going to talk about some more of those choices in just a few minutes. But this machine has sparked my interest. I love Garrett. I love the company that they are. I love how they market their materials. I love what they are saying and what they're planning on doing. And I can't wait to see this machine in action and be able to really run it through its paces the way that I would, because you guys know I'm a pretty diehard relic hunter, and I've got some amazing sites, some relic sites that I would love to run this machine through. But I'm also close to the beach, so I can take that machine out on the beach and give it a thorough testing out on the beach as well, just to see what it's doing, how it's performing, and so on. So really hoping to get my hands on one of those machines. Really,
right.
really,
And that's,
really
that's where Garrett has kind of been lacking in that department, hunting on the beach. They really haven't had a machine that was very good on the beach. And hopefully this machine is going to be great on the beach.
And that's what I think, Michael. I think that they've really made a hard focus on the beach side of it too, as well. And I think that's where Garrett is going here with this machine, with this Storm. I think that's what they want to try to do, is pull in those beach hunters as well as pulling us relic hunters. We all know the AT Pro was a great machine. When it was released, it was the #1 seller. So why wouldn't we expect Garrett to release something better than the AT Pro? Because they already know what to do in some cases. So why wouldn't we expect it? It's got to happen, And so let's see what goes on with Garrett. But I can say right now, without a shadow of a doubt, that I feel that this Storm machine is going to be a machine that's going to contend. I really do. We'll see, though. Again, once these machines get out, hopefully I have one. I can test it, show it to you guys, bring you some in-the-field results, show you maybe a couple of tests like we're going to show tonight, maybe some separation tests, some depth tests, some other things too, to sort of bring all of that to light. And I'm interested to see what Garrett does with this. I'm really interested to see if that colorized screen is something that we see on an upper end Storm, which I would really pique my interest if that happens.
Hopefully you can get your hands on one of those machines and and do, like you said, do some tests and hunt some of these old plantation sites and see, you're going to give an honest review and tell everybody, exactly what you think about it. And that's what we want,
Right. Well, and like Relics and Rings says, it would be nice to support an American company for a change, and it would be nice.
I agree with it.
I think all of us want to see that happen as well. I won't ever use the Legend again. It gave me tennis elbow for about a month when my 900 was in the shop. Yeah, and that's the only drawback I see to that machine is the weight. As far as the performance wise, and the only other thing too is the user interface is a little bit little bit suspect, but performance-wise, the machine performs really, really good. But it is, like Stink-Ass Cat said, it does feel a little heavy. You put that LG24 coil on that machine, it does change that machine, makes it more enjoyable to swing. And I like the LG24 for that Legend as well. So, but there's some other machines out there, Stink-Ass Cat, and we're going to show a couple in just a few minutes. DCM detects his good point. Best to avoid the shiny object syndrome until you see how it does. Sure. And I know a lot of us are waiting for that. And, we'll see. We'll see what happens once these machines are released. But June 18th is right around the corner. So there you go. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, and that's a good question too, Bells. How is this going to compare weight-wise? If Garrett's been listening or watching anything, they probably figured out that they need to make something that's sort of lightweight. So I think it's going to be in the same realm that a lot of these other machines are, that 2.6, maybe a little bit less than 2.6 if they went with the carbon graphite shaft and how they set this machine up ergonomically. That's going to be the question that I think many of us want to have answered. And we're going to see those things real soon, I'm sure. And again, I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see it. And I know Garrett's doing a fantastic job at bringing this thing to market. And I know that they're going to do everything they can to give the consumers what they want out of this machine. And I think we're going to be really pleased when it does come to market. So we'll see.
Yeah, in between 2 and 3 pounds, I think that's the magic number right now, in that range.
Right. Workman's Adventure says I'm definitely trying it out. I think Michael's saying he's ready to try one out too.
Yeah.
We would love to see a Garrett machine in our arsenal, and I had no problem using a Garrett machine. I loved Garrett products when I started, and I can't wait to see what this machine is going to be for sure. Joel says, Flyrock 2 says, I would like to see a larger display. Seems manufacturers has gone away from the larger screens. I would like to see the same thing too. So yes, I definitely think that's going to be where they head.
The Apex, it had a larger display on it, if I'm not mistaken, right? A little bit larger than like their AT
the Apex had it has a fairly large screen on it as well. Dwayne Cron says his first metal detector was a Freedom 3, but I'm not brand loyal. We're only given so many days to swing in a lifetime. Can't be brand loyal. Well, that's so true, because with the way this industry is right now and the way the market is right now, again, there's just so many good machines that are out there. So you definitely want to get in with those different machines, and there's just so many. Nobody knows the price range yet, and that's why all that's just speculation. Who knows? Bobby Short says the V3i is the pioneer multi-frequency, which it was. I had a good friend that I hunted with that used the V3i. Loved it. But it was a pretty technical machine for its day. And the one thing I can remember was he had to always ground balance that machine. So it was pretty unstable, especially if you were out on the beach with it and so on. So I'm sure Garrett will improve a lot if they're using some of that V3i technology. Digging Dude says, I hope Garrett can offer something as good or better than what XP offers. That's the real question. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Relics and Rings says, I wonder how many months it will be before you can actually buy one. I don't think it's going to be that long. I think once June 18th happens, I think it will be probably within a month.
That's what I think too, within a month.
That you'll be able to get them, because they want these machines in people's hands, I'm sure, during the summer, and to be able to take them out on the beach. I think that's the whole premise of why we're seeing it even released right now. So I think that's what's happening too. Joel says, I would expect higher prices. The older AT machines are still high priced. Yeah, and I really don't know what the price range is going to be. I mean, that'll be, again, that'll be real interesting to see where they price this thing and how they move through their series of machines. But my guess is there's going to be a higher end, mid-tier end, and a lower end, and they're all going to be in the Storm family, is what I think. That's just where I'm at. Stephen Patterson from Facebook says, according to the video, it appears to have the S shaft. But we don't know that what they're showing in those videos were apexes and other things. They weren't the actual machines. So nobody's really.
I think that was kind of showing them using the old machines and something new was coming,
Yeah, that's the thing with that. So I wouldn't go just by that. I think it could be something else as well. Patrick Parker says, hello again from Rogersville, Tennessee. Went back and looked at your Xterra Pro videos. Really helpful. Thank you, Patrick. I try to do a good, thorough job on those tutorial videos. I did one with the double score. I did one with the Xterra Pro. I've done one with the XP Deus 2. I've done a couple with the Legend. So there's a lot of stuff out there, but I appreciate that. That makes me feel really good that you got something out of those videos. And those videos are going strong too, Michael. They are constant. People are constantly watching them. And I'm going to do one too with the Xterra Elite as well, which I just got that in today, by the way. So Joel says, yeah, relics and rings could be a long wait, or they could be building them now and ready to ship. I think they're building them right now. And I think a month after that, June 18th, I think that's when we're going to start seeing it. Now, I could be wrong again, but hopefully I'm not. I think we'll see them pretty quick. Don't Tread on Me says the AT Pro was and is one of the most successful detectors ever. Everyone uses them still. That's right. I mean, why wouldn't we expect anything better from Garrett? I mean, we know that they made the #1 metal detector in the world at one point. Why can't they do it again? They can, and I believe they can, and I know that they can. So we're going to see. So let's hope the Storm is that machine. David Frazier says, I would be interested in the Elite if they added a 3 or 4 kilohertz. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Don't Tread on Me says, I had to swing my White's MX Sport Monday. His arm almost, I had an MX Sport too, Michael, just like Don't Tread on Me. And I didn't keep that machine long, but that's when I went with the Excalibur because I really wanted a beach machine. And so I started running the Excalibur, which was a heavy machine too. I had to have a sling. So I went with the Excalibur. Tesh Ridge Digger's in here tonight. He's here. It's glad to have you in here with us. We got 54 people in here rocking and rolling with us, Michael. These manufacturers need to integrate graphene into their detectors to make them lighter. It's a good observation. Thanks for sharing it, Carson Chris. Maybe if they're on here watching, which sometimes they are, then maybe they'll take that into suggestion for sure. David Frazier says Garrett PI worked well at the beach. Right. So they've got the technology, guys. Garrett is the only machine I've had till I got the Manacle. Wow. So there you go. And again, a lot of people are very loyal Garrett users. I had somebody say the other night that Garrett had a long way to go to catch up with XP and MindLab and Nocta at this point. And part of that's true. But the one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that there are a lot of loyal Garrett users out there. And we've had this conversation quite frequently. There are a lot of people that are brand loyal and they'll still go to those Garrett machines. If Garrett puts out something, they're going to buy Garrett. They're not going to buy an XP. They're not going to buy a Nocta. They're not going to buy a MindLab. They're going to go with a Garrett machine. And there are a lot of people out there that are brand loyal. Don't you agree, Michael?
I agree. I had an AT Pro. I've had an AT Gold as well. And I mean, I can't complain about it. I've had a lot of good stuff with them,
Yeah.
And then, I went on to the Deus one and so on, but.
Right. Sniper Snipe says, does Garrett have a bad reputation when hunting beaches? Well, they've never really had, other than their PI machines, their Garrett Sea Hunter and a couple of those other machines, they've never really had like a multi-frequency VLF machine that could hunt the beach. And that's where this machine is going. And I think people are going to be real excited to be able to hunt the beach with the new Garrett Storm. So, yes, I think it will be. I think it will be really entertaining to see those Garrett machines out on the beach, Michael. If it can't match or surpass the big boys, it will be viewed as a disappointment. I think it's going to be right there with a lot of the other companies. I just feel that way. So we'll wait, but I think that's going to happen. The company that finds a replacement for epoxy and coils with a lighter option that keeps them waterproof will have the lightest detector. Right. And XP sort of shown the way with some of this with their lightweight machines. So we'll see if any of these other companies can come up with the same ergonomics and the same sort of design that will match some of that. And that'll be interesting too. Don't tread on me. Do you remember the Garrett Green Box? Yes, they were heavy. They were definitely heavy. Sniff It Out says his internet was out, but he's on with us now. We're glad to have you. Sniff It Out. Don't Tread on Me says he started with the AT Gold, and which was a great machine. Digging Dude says important to me, single and multi-frequency choices, waterproof, tone choices, pinpointer, and wireless headphones. Definitely. Belle says that she thinks that the White's MXT was the best still. I have two in the closet. Right. So, you combine the technology of Garrett, you combine the technology of White's, you bring those things together and you come out with a great product. I think that's what Garrett has done. And, they're going to try to give us all these things that we're talking about. Lightweight is a must. I'm sure that they're going to focus on that as well. And like Dig and Daryl says, we all want a U.S.-based company to do well. Hope it will compete with XP and MindLab. And I think we're all in agreement on that. We would love to see them compete with them. And if they do, Michael, what's going to be the repercussions? How do you think that's going to impact XP and MindLab and Nocta?
Well, these companies are pretty competitive, so it's going to be interesting to see how they answer this machine. If it's what we think it's going to be. Look at what's going on right now with the kind of the lower tier machines. It's a dogfight right now.
Yeah, it's a dogfight. It's flat out war right now. We're living during metal detecting wars right now.
Yeah.
Between these companies, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. But you know what? That's the great thing about it, though. We all win when these companies compete against each other because it all gives us something to choose from. Having all these different choices is good for the market. It's good for all of us. It's good for the economy. It's good for everything. The more choices we have, the better off we're going to be. We don't need one company completely dominating, to be honest with you.
It drives the innovation on these machines too.
Exactly. If the Garrett machine, I don't think so, Larry, because they've got the metal detectors that they set up for schools and other businesses and things. They'll still make those things. They got the ones that they use in schools and government buildings and federal buildings. So they've still got another market that they deal with. But I just don't see this machine being a flop. I really don't. Good evening, everyone.
I'm sorry. And that's kind of what keeps the research and development part of Garrett. These other companies, they're able to, I think, able to, try out these new machines for, longer periods of time. You're going to lose money on the research and development. We talked about this the other day, but, hopefully down the road, it's going to pay dividends for them.
Right. It will. And I just think that we're just going to see a big change. We're going to see, a lot of new things appear on the market that we probably would have not gotten otherwise. And we all benefit from that. And that's what we all want. Metal Detecting Texas says, I need a machine that will dig the hole for me. Me and you both.
A backhoe.
Yeah, backhoe price. What will you get? Yeah. Yes, competition works for consumers. Let them war on. I'm with you, USMC 615. I agree with you 100%. Let them compete. Let them compete. And hey, the strong shall survive. That survival of the fittest. I mean, that's what ends up happening in the great scheme of things. And competition will breed more competition and create better machines and better things for all of our consumers. And I think Garrett is on the right track. And I think Garrett with this storm is going to make a big impact on the market, especially the U.S. market, because like many of you have said, people here in the United States, that's what they want. They want a U.S. brand machine to do well. The AT Pro was a big seller. There's no reason why the new Storm might not be a big seller as well. Ohio Fred says had 9 different detectors, probably 27 different calls. I know.
He sounds like your collection.
I know for sure. We all deal with that. Digging Dude says, question is, did Garrett find a way to combine VLF and PI? I don't know. Maybe they did. Tersarchi has a mixed domain technology, very deep on Salt Beach. I've heard a lot about the Tersarchi. I've never used one, but lacks many other features. So hopefully Garrett figured out something new. I hope so too. I really did. I really did. Ohio Fred says, oh, I also a flying saucer coil for the Wax XLT. Right. Well, let's see here. Yes, please hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it as we are rolling around here tonight. 800 is the number one worldwide last reports as an all-arounder. 800 is a great machine. No wonder.
It is.
Yeah, wonder if Aqua Trigger will be one of the faces of the new Garrett. Well, they've still got their normal Garrett users. KG and Ringy, Gypsy Jules, Nugget Noggin, Aqua Chigger, what's the guy, Treasure Hunter? I can't remember him, but there's a few of them. That'll be the regulars, I'm sure, that will be there for sure. So that's all I can tell you right now on the Garrett Storm. As soon as I get my hands on one and as soon as I can run it through its paces, I'll be bringing you video content, showing you this machine, showing you some of the things about this machine, giving you some inside information on that machine, what I'm seeing on relic sites, what I'm seeing on the beach, the setup of the machine, how the machine performs, some of the strengths of the machine, definitely. So we're going to go through all of that as soon as that machine is released and as soon as I can get my hands on one and bring all of this content to you guys. And so stay tuned. Hopefully that will happen really soon and we'll be able to sort of start breaking down this machine and getting the most out of the Garrett Storm. So I'm real excited about the prospect of that machine and what the potential could be for that machine. And we'll go from there. So again, I think it will be really interesting. USMC 615 says Garrett will certainly show up with a player in the game with the Storm, no doubt. Their backs have been against the right. And that's what I'm saying too. They've had enough time to sort of develop this. They ran the Apex. What was the Apex? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Michael?
Yeah, something like that.
Was it 3 years ago, I think?
It may have been. It was 3 to 4, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like it's been longer than that. So I think the Apex was sort of a warm up to this machine. So I'm sure that they figured out a lot more since the Apex. And, maybe they put out a new pinpointer too, like Michael said. Maybe the Garrett Carrot, we get one that's rechargeable and so on. So maybe that's something that happens as well. So you got to wait and see. I'm so excited. I'm like, it's like Christmas waiting on this thing to come for sure.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Don't tread on me says all I know is the Days 2 just caught a whisper that ended up sniffing out 2 U.S. coppers, same hole at least 16 inches, and they were both. We're going to talk about XP in just a second, Michael. We spent the bulk of our time on Garrett, but that's what I wanted to do tonight. I'd love to spend a lot more time on Garrett. And when we do our next live stream, we'll talk some more. Maybe we'll have some more information by next week because next week will be, what will next week be? That will be the 14th. So we will only be a few days away from its release, and maybe we'll know more once that happens as well. So I look forward to that happening too. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And Michael, they want to know where your brick wall is. Chris does. Bart Coven says they have a huge opportunity to knock it out of the park if they choose to. And I agree, Bart. You're exactly right. So look forward to that happening soon. So, Michael, let's talk about some other things too, because there's a lot more going on in the metal detecting world. And one of the things is this next video that we're going to share. And I want you guys to see that. Since we were just talking about XP, let's look at some XP stuff. Okay. You ready for that, Michael?
Yeah.
So
take a look.
This was something that XP just released. So let's check that out real quick. And we're going to start this video. So what do you think about that, Michael? So XP is going to be offering a conversion pack to take your Deus 1 or your ORX and turn it into a Deus 2.
Well, the main question I have is this special price. Well, what is that special price?
I know nobody knows. I don't even know yet. So that's XP. So what's the special price going to be? What's this conversion pack all about? Here's what I really believe is going to happen. You're going to be able to buy a WS6 puck, and you're going to be able to buy a coil. That's what I believe. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not totally sure, but that's just my guess. You'll be able to buy them together and then be able to switch them out off of your ORX or off of your Deus 1 is what I believe. Now, how much this is going to be, I do not know. And for those of you that have a Deus 1 or have an ORX, then this might be a great opportunity for you to get involved into that, that realm, into the Deus 2 realm, running a WS6 and a coil, a Deus 2 coil with that machine. So,
right.
But that's their offering. So my guess, what's it going to be? What do you think the price is going to be, Michael?
I don't. I'm guessing it's probably gonna have to be in the $500 range. Wouldn't you think?
I would think so too. Bart Coven says, "Is it waterproof?" The WS6 is not waterproof.
And we talked, and what I would like to see, and I mean, maybe the folks on here can, let us know what they think about it. But if they could make a housing for that WS6 that had a built-in speaker that plugged in,
right? It's maybe something you could just slide the puck down into with a speaker built into it and make it waterproof.
Right.
Maybe there's an adapter that you could do that with. I don't know. XP is the only one that could answer that, but I do not know. So that's going to be interesting to see, what this conversion pack is actually. But that's what I think. And I'm sure XP will let me know some more about it in the coming days. But that's what I think it will be. It'll be something like that as well. So, right. Flyrock said he just gifted some memberships. Thank you so much, Flyrock. We appreciate your support. And remember, any support or any super thanks, super chats that are given go straight back into the channel. They help us to bring you the latest content and information to you guys and it goes for cameras and all sorts, and the actual live stream, because we pay for the service through StreamYard, which is $50 a month that I pay just to do these live streams. So again, any donations like that, whether it be for shipping or whatever it may be, cameras, all of that goes into providing these live streams for you guys, and trying to bring you guys the best information that we can possibly do for you guys. So just keep that in mind. So we were on XP, and I just, I can't wait to see what this price is going to be, because, and I don't know, are they going to offer the 9? Are they going to offer the 9 and 11? Are they going to have to offer a 9, 11, and a 13 with the WS6?
That's a good question. I didn't even think about that. What is it
Right,
going to be? Yeah.
So are they going to offer, maybe, are they going to offer a pinpointer with that deal? I don't know. So real interesting stuff. So XP, they're not sitting back either. They're really trying to assert themselves as well. I do know that they've got stuff coming, and everyone's just going to have to be patient. But whatever they release is going to be something that is going to be revolutionary regardless. So again, stay tuned to see what XP does in the metal detecting wars that are going on right now. But the conversion pack is one way for them, I guess, to answer all of these machines that are coming out all about the same time as well.
I've seen a lot of talk about Sasquatch on here.
Yeah, they said there's a Sasquatch looking in your window.
Is it? Well, I better keep my pistol.
Yeah, that's true. So Digging Dude says, any word on a elliptical coil? I know it's coming. I mean, it's just a matter of when, and if they have it ready. And it's not easy, and I'll be the first to admit it's not easy to release that coil, because again, like they always say, the brains of that machine are really in the coil. So you got to figure out how to put the brains of that into that small coil, as well as be able to put a battery, whether they run it up in the shaft like they did with the old elliptical.
I like it better in the shaft. I'm going to be honest with you. I really do.
And I don't know. I just don't know what that's going to be. So yes, and right. Wiley Detecting says good things come to those who wait. That's so true.
Yeah.
So we'll see what XP does, but that's the offering that they have right now. So we're going to see what happens there for sure. So Michael, I did a couple of tests. So I just got in the Xterra Elite, got it today, took it out of the box, played around with it for a few minutes. So I want to show you guys, these are a couple of tests. Now, pay attention to the test. Tell me what you guys think when y'all see this video. So we're going to run 2 videos. The first one is with the Xterra Elite. The second one is with the Nocta Double Score. So we're going to run through and show both of these tests. And I want you guys to tell me what you think and what you're seeing and what you're hearing. And you decide which one you think might be one that you could possibly be interested in. So let's share this first test. The first one is going to be the Xterra Elite. So pay attention. This is a separation test. It's one that I do with all of my machines to test them out, to get them set up the way that I would run them on my relic sites. It's one of the main tests that I use before I go out, and then I run them through its paces on my sites until I figure out, hey, this is what this machine is doing, and this is what I'm seeing, and this is what it's showing me. And these tests sort of give me an indication on how I maybe want to set those things up. And then I go out and I modify. So here comes the first test with the new Xterra Elite. So stay tuned. Okay, this is showing the new Xterra Elite. And I wanted to show this to you guys so you can sort of get an idea about what the 8-inch coil, the V8X, which is the smaller coil, we'll do on the separation test. Now, this is a very hard separation test because what you have down here is you have an elevated nail at 2 inches, and then you have a nail laying on the same plane, and in the center you have a mercury dime. And so this is what you get with the smaller coil, the 8-inch coil on the MindLab Xterra Elite. And we're running in field 2. We've got the recovery down to 1. I can bump it up to 3, but I found out that 3 definitely doesn't work very well on this particular test. So we're going to run at 1 and show you what it does running the recovery at 1. We've got our sensitivity bumped up. We've got no EMI going on with the machine. You hear it's pretty quiet right now. And we are going to show this, and you guys can get an idea about how it would do on this particular test. Now, again, elevated nail 2 inches. You have a mercury dime in the center, and you have a same plane nail laying right beside the mercury dime on this test. So here we go, and you guys can be the judge of this. And again, this is a very, very, very hard test. And we're getting a 46-45 in the window on this test. We've also got our FE setting at -1. And field 2 is the one that does the best on this test from what I've seen with the Xterra Elite. Let's take the coin away so you guys can see that it's not falsing. You guys can see some numbers popping up, and those are those nails, because these nails are pretty tough. They're colonial square nails. So that shows you a little bit about the capability of the Xterra Elite. Okay, hope that helps somebody. All right, Michael, what do you think about that test?
It's pretty impressive for a machine at that price. I know that's a hard test for a lot of machines, and it seems to be doing pretty well on it. Those electrical coils, like we talked about, they seem to the sweet spot seems to be on the front of the coil there, and it's the same way with that coil on the Elite as well. But it seems to be doing a pretty good job on it, you know.
Right, and I think that that this machine being, well, like I said, the multi-frequency machines just tend to do better on these elevated nail tests, and these colonial square nails will cause any machine to false if you don't have them set up correctly. And you and I experience that all the time with all of the machines that we use. And this Xterra Elite, I think it's almost like, what I would say, it's almost like a scaled down Equinox 700. You don't have all of the features that you have in the Equinox 700, but you still got a really good amount of things that are going on with that machine. And with it being multi-frequency, being able to adjust the recovery, being able to really, to me, being able to adjust that ferrous, the iron bias down to -1 sort of opens that machine up a little bit more too. So I think that really helps that machine in the unmasking capabilities. So I've got that machine. I'm going to show it real quick. And there it is, you guys. It's a sort of like a khaki colored to it. But
I do like the color schemes.
Yeah.
That mine, you know, they kind of on the exterior they kind of went almost like a OD green. Now this is like a Cody brown. It's kind of like a tactical
Yeah.
deal. You know,
I mean, it's a great looking machine.
yeah.
And if you buy the regular one at $479, or you buy the Expedition Pack, which I think is $599. I think Joel might can tell me that. But if you buy the Expedition Pack, you get the 8-inch coil as well as the 12-inch coil, and you get a pair of wireless headphones So I think that's the range. So yeah, I am going to be running this on the beach really, really soon. Hopefully maybe tomorrow or maybe Sunday. And I'm going to make a little quick video with it out on the beach. But again, I won't be, if I find something good, that's great, but it might be a lot of coin digging on the beach. There's not a lot of targets on my beach, but we'll definitely run it through some tests and bring that to you guys. But I have the V8X coil. They also have a 10-inch coil that you can get with it or buy for it. And then you can it also comes with the 12-inch V12X coil. And all of these coils will work on this machine. But super, super nice machine. I love the way it looks. I love the feel of it. I love the adjustable handle, Michael. Being able to slide that up and down to me is a big deal because that takes a lot of strain off of your arm. And I think that's a big, big plus for this machine, being able to do that. And you put this little 8-inch coil on there though, Michael, and it feels great. It really does. Yes, I do. I like the khaki color too, but this is the new Xterra Elite, so I wanted to show that. So, but I also wanted to show that same test with its competitor. So, Michael, I decided I would get the Nocta double score out. Multi-frequency machine, very similar settings, features to the Xterra Elite. So we did the same test with the Nocta double score just to see how it would perform. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, they both performed really good. But the Nocta double score, the audio sounded just a tad better. And I'm going to let you guys watch that, see if you guys are seeing or hearing the same thing that I'm seeing and hearing. And let me know what you think. But we're going to show the Nocta double score on that same test. And again, we'll see what happens with this. So here you go.
Okay, so just a few minutes ago, we showed the new Xterra Elite with the 8-inch coil. Now we're going to be looking at the Nocta double score with the 5x9 coil on it. And we are running in field program. We're running multi-2. We've got our recovery bumped up to 3. We've got the iron bias turned down to 0. And watch what it does on this same test. So just to reiterate the test again, we have a nail here that is laying 2 inches above the mercury dime. So it's an elevated nail 2 inches above. And then you also have another nail, a colonial nail, laying side by side on the same plane with the nail. And this is, again, a very difficult test for a lot of machines. These multi-frequency machines handle this type of test really, really well. So I wanted to show this and show you the power of the double score and how it handles this test. And I'll show you a couple of other things in just a second, but listen to this. So we got a 33 showing up in the window, and it's pretty solid. And again, it's going to drag that mercury dime down due to those nails being around it. And again, I'm a relic hunter, so naturally I want to have a machine that's going to be able to pass a separation test. Now again, you would have to have this exact situation for this to work, and it has to be lined up perfectly in the ground, and then you got all the other variables. But this sort of gives you an indication of what could happen. And, the best thing to do is take it out and use it in the field as well to get the best results, to find out what it is actually doing. Because you never know what's in the ground. You just never know. So, again, some of these tests sort of give you some situations to give you a good idea about what to expect. So, just like I did with the Xterra, we're going to take this dime away, this mercury dime. And just to show you, it's not the nails that are causing the signal. And there you go. Put the dime back one more time. Let you guys see it. And here we go. These colonial square nails are the hardest test to pass because they are made of whatever materials that will cause these machines to fault if you don't have them set up correctly. And this sort of shows you exactly what the double score could do on a relic site. Listen to that. Pretty impressive, and the double score sounds really good. See what you guys think. Okay, we'll catch you guys soon.
Okay, Michael. So that showed both of those machines, which are pretty equivalent, don't you think?
Yeah, they're pretty close. I mean, that double score, the audio was really clean, and it was really locking onto the target. Even the VDI, you know.
Yeah, the VDI was so stable on that double score, and Chris asked me that hey, he looks forward to me, and I'm hoping that I'll get a triple score, and I can show that same test, and I can run it through. The neat thing about the triple score, for those of you that don't know about Nocta releasing the triple score, it was released or they announced it last week or this past week. And the triple score, the difference between it and the double score is going to be you're going to have a relic mode on that machine. Plus, you're going to have more levels of recovery. So, the double score is already hitting that, but you only have 3 levels of recovery with the double score, whereas the triple score, you're going to have, I believe they said 5 levels of recovery. So you're going to have 2 more levels that you're going to be able to use. Plus, you're going to have a relic mode with the triple score. Plus, if you buy the triple score, you're going to get 2 coils and you're going to get wireless headphones for $5.99, Michael.
Yep. They're the Elite and those machines $479 for. I think that's what Joel said.
Yeah, it's $479 for the Elite, and then you got the double score for $429, I believe, is what they were selling for, or was it less?
He said the triple score, just the machine, is $479, and both of them with these pro packs are going to be $599.
Right,
the Elite or the triple score, right?
Right.
So I mean, they're neck and neck.
They're right there with each other, Michael.
Yeah,
they're right there with each other, and they're both multi-frequency machines. You can use them on the beach. You can relic hunt with them. Wow. I mean, to me, that's just crazy. And to see them perform on this test really sort of made me sort of open my eyes a little bit more, going like, wow, both of these machines are doing really, really well. And it's just fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm. It is. Right.
Lane, Nebraska says MindLab could send out one update to turn the Xterra Pro into Elite if they wanted to. Probably. You're probably right. I don't know. And then you got the Legend. Legends, they were at $579 just for the Legend, I believe, at one point, or $599. I don't know what
he said the triple score pro pack is $479. So that's a heck of a deal.
Right. Yeah. The triple score pro pack is at $479, guys. Y'all just saw what the double score did, and that's without all those extra features on it. So what's the triple score going to do? All right. He says the score 2 is only $349 now. Right. Wow. I mean, that's just crazy, guys. So you guys got to see some of that up close and personal. I did that test today, went outside. I got the Xterra Elite. I wanted to sort of played around with it a little bit. And I said, well, let's see what the double score and how these two machines sort of stack up against each other. And they both did really well on that test. I thought that the double score, the audio on it and the target ID was a little bit more pronounced and more stable in this case. But the Xterra Elite also hit that target and was letting you know, hey, there's a target down there. So, it's a draw, really, to me.
Well, just off of the prices now, I mean, I got to give it to Nocta.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're gonna, if your price is your thing, then Nocta wins out here.
Yeah,
No,
I agree.
no doubt about it. If you're a MindLab person, you're brand loyal, you want a MindLab machine, the Nextera Elite, it's a great machine.
I mean, we like MindLab. I like MindLab, but just off, both machines done really well on the test, and it comes down to features and price, and they're close in features. And really, I think you get a little more features with I know you will with the triple score, right?
Right. Yeah, I just told you, you're getting a relic
Yeah.
mode, you're getting you're getting wireless headphones, and you're getting 2 coils with that machine
For
in that profile.
$479.
Yeah. So
Wireless headphones as well, right?
yes. And so the double score is $349, Michael.
Yeah.
$349 for that machine.
Hmm.
I mean, come on. What are we? This is crazy.
It is, and I'm telling you, folks, I've used the double score, and it is a very comfortable machine to use. It's more comfortable than the Legend, in my opinion. It's balanced better, and it's a great looking machine. It's well built.
Right. Well, I just showed you that is the test that I use on every one of my machines before I take it out into the field.
Yeah.
To sort of try to set it up. Then when I get out in the field, I begin to, manipulate and work with the settings. Because again, once you put things into the ground, things change. We know that. That's why you can't rely solely on these air tests. They're good for a reference point, maybe a starting point, but then once you get out into the field, you got to adjust and modify for all the variables and things that you're going to deal with. That's why you don't solely rely on an air test. And there are some people out there that will do that. And that's not the way to go. I'm telling you right now, that is not the way to go. You've got to test this thing in the air and with those types of tests. And then you got to take it out into the field and then monitor and adjust and set that machine up to where it will run the way that it needs to run on those types of conditions with those types of variables and those types of things. That's the only way you can correctly set up a machine for what you want it to do. What you think?
Think about it. Years ago, either one of these machines with this features and performance would have been easily $800, $1,000, right? Wouldn't you agree?
Right. Exactly. They would have easily been that.
Look where the market's going now. You're getting more for your money, more features, more performance.
Right. And DCM brings up a good point. I was getting ready to say this, DCM. You took the words right out of my mouth. They also are going to release an update for these machines, for the score machines, that is going to have the deep target identification on it, just like what they offered on the Legend. And I've used that I like that deep target ID that you can set up on the Legend. Now you're going to be able to set that up on the score as well. So Nocta is really doing their homework with these machines. And I'm telling you, and we know about a couple of other things too. The pulse induction machine is coming as well. And it's going to be cheaper than a lot of these pulse induction machines that people have been spending $3,000 and $4,000 for. And I think people are going to be really surprised by what happens with that pulse induction machine too, Michael. And it's going to be good for relic hunting and gold hunting as well. And Nocta, again, I've been saying this all along. Nocta to me is going to be one of the breakout companies moving forward. I think they're right there on the cusp. We start seeing these things like what I just showed, and we start to realize that these machines are right there. They're not far. And,
Brian, somebody just mentioned, they said, how do these machines perform around high EMI? And that may be a good video for you to do in the future. Just if you've got a spot that has high EMI, cut these machines on and make a video and kind of see what the difference in, as far
Right.
as how they run.
Well, and Michael, and I think you and I have the same opinion on the EMI issue. I think that MindLab probably does the best job of handling the EMI more
I
so
really do. I
than
think they
the other
do.
companies.
Yeah.
I think even that Nocta machine did really well today with all those air conditioning units running around it. And it was hot today, guys. It was 90 degrees here in South Carolina. And that machine did really well handling the EMI. And again, that might be something interesting too to see what the Garrett Storm does, how it handles EMI. But
Right.
the Nocta machine, I thought did a pretty good job today handling EMI. The XP
It done
machine,
well because I mean I was talking to Brian when he done those tests, but like we said, Mind Lab has it figured out a little. It does a little bit better. I mean, it really does. It runs quieter. That
well,
the Elite did.
most of these multi-frequency machines are going to have a hard time with EMI.
Right.
That's just the nature of the beast because you're running a whole bunch of different frequencies. Well, that electromagnetic interference is on one of those frequencies that you're probably running, and so it picks it up. And so that's where multi-frequency becomes an issue. When you can just go to a single frequency, then you're not dealing with that particular frequency that is causing the electromagnetic interference. So, that's where it gets really interesting, Michael. And but I thought both of these machines, the MindLab machine did a good job of handling EMI today. The Nocta machine did a great job of handling EMI today. So but I still give the check mark to Nocta, to MindLab when it comes to handling the EMI. I think from what I've seen, especially with the Manicore and the Equinox and even this machine, I think they silence and get quiet a lot faster, a lot sooner than you can with the others. I did do noise cancel on both those machines. Once Michael heard them when I cut them on, Michael, they were going crazy, weren't they?
Yep. They were.
Yes. Right. And again, you do have a single frequency for those that don't know this. You do have a single frequency on the Xterra Elite, but it's only 15 kilohertz. Now, here's my other question, and I need to look this up because I don't know the answer to this. The triple score, will it have the ability to be able to select a whole bunch of single frequencies, or is it going to only have one? I should have looked that up.
Somebody wanted a wireless headphone suggestions for the Xterra Pro. Get the
ML85s, yeah, ML85s all day long. Get the ML85s. You will not regret that. That is a great purchase. Joel can get you hooked up with those. Yeah, he can get you hooked up with those ML85s. He can get you hooked up with any of these machines as well. But the ML85s really perform well. I use the ML85s for my Manicore. Michael does too. We like them better than the ML105s. They just got a more rich sound to them, and they also will noise cancel better. So
they block out, especially on the beach. Beach hunting blocks out more of the background noise.
Right. Yeah. So Patrick, the ML85s, you'll love those, and you won't regret those at all. They're excellent headphones for sure. So that would definitely get you going. So Michael, we've pretty much covered the gamut tonight, right?
Yeah, I believe we have.
We've talked about every major metal detecting manufacturer tonight, and XP, of course, with the conversion pack. So check that out if you're interested in doing that. If you got a Deus One or if you have an ORX, then that might be something that could really be interesting. I don't know the price of it yet. I'll try to find out. If I find out the price, then I might even pop up and do a real quick video talking about the price or whatever. But I'll try to get some more information on that from XP. And then you got the Storm coming, which we've discussed in detail tonight. And we should know more and more as the week goes on and as we progress and moving forward. And I can't wait to see the Garrett Storm. I think that's going to be interesting. We've got Nocta now with the triple score and with their update with the deep target ID. That's going to be great, and that's going to be something I think people are going to get real excited about. relic mode on that machine. What's that going to be like? So there's a lot of really cool things that are out there for all of us. And, MindLab now with the Xterra Elite. And again, if you're looking at one of those, there they are. And it's just a great looking machine, Mike.
It is. It's a really good looking machine.
It is. And I like the screen on it. And there's going to be a really, really, I think this machine's going to take off for them in that mid-range price category. But the Xterra Elite, definitely one that I think is going to be a good seller for MindLab. So we're going to see. It's just an exciting time, Michael. Just really is. So DCM Detect says that the Nocta site lists 4, 15, 20, and multi. So you're going to get more selections. The other thing for the Nocta triple score is you're going to have more tone selections. So you're going to have their full array of tone selections, which I think the Xterra Elite only has 5. I think this one's going to have more, from what I can tell. So, yeah,
And I think with this double score and triple score, look down the road, folks. I can about guarantee you we're going to see an update to the Legend, maybe a Legend Pro. I guarantee you they're going to update that machine, if not a totally new machine based on that.
Right.
I really do.
Right.
That's going to be really interesting.
Right. 60 target IDs, harmonic tones for the triple score. Yeah, it's going to be the full array of their normal tones for the triple score, whereas you're sort of limited with the double score and the score as far as tone selections. So I know that's going to be good. Digging Dude said he's waiting on the quad score, which will probably be the Legend.
We already named that one the Grand Slam, not the
the Grand Slam. That's it. It's going to be the Grand Slam. Maybe Nocta's listening tonight, and maybe they are jumping on board with that as well. So, yeah. Lyrock says the 4 score. They could call it the Abraham Lincoln model. So, yes, Workman's Adventure did have a great hunt. He's got it posted on. Go check out. And I don't say this often, but guys, we are on other platforms, social media platforms. Check out our Facebook page. We've got a Southern Relic Adventures group page that you guys can go to and post your finds and things like that. And then I can pull them from that too and bring them onto the live stream if you post them there. So go check out our group page. You can follow me too on Facebook at Southern Relic Adventures there. We're also on Instagram, TikTok. We're on X as well. So you guys can check out all of those social media platforms. If you're on any of those and you would like to see some more content and see some other things, then you can go and you can check those out there, as well as we're on YouTube. So again, a lot of choices for those of you that are on some of those other platforms. Go join the group page. The group page on Facebook, if you are a Facebook subscriber or member or whatever, then you can sign up for that. And, you can go on there and see a lot of finds, a lot of great things that are shared there. I go on there. I post some of my finds over there too as well. So you guys can go over there and check those things out on Facebook. So, it's going to be good. Let's see here. Let's see. Chris says, great show tonight. We appreciate it. Just checking out everybody. And Michael, I think that's going to do us.
Yeah. I mean, we covered all the news in the metal detecting world.
Yeah, we covered everything tonight. And again, a lot of it was revolving around the storm, as we're real excited to see that storm being released. Can't wait to test it, use it, show it, put it in a good light for you guys, and show you the things that we're seeing with that machine, which I think it's going to be a home run for Garrett. We'll see what happens, but it's really going to be good. So
I'm pretty excited about it. I really am.
I
see
am
what
too,
they come up with.
and again, kudos to Garrett and their marketing program. I think they've done an excellent job. at the pre-release of this machine, and we're going to do so on. No, we only had one person submit finds, and he was on here earlier, and that was Rito Marcella. And I'm probably going to put the finds up next week. Maybe some more of you will submit, or you can submit them to our Facebook group, guys. So go over there and submit them on the Facebook group and share them with everybody else too on that group.
Great video hunting on the beach too, Matt. I watched it. It was a good video.
Which was that?
Matt, Metal Detecting Texas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did a good job. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, with the Manicore.
Yeah, I love watching those beach hunts with that Manicore. It's really, which, you know, Michael, I've only been hunting with the Manicore twice on the beach with it. So I need to get out on the beach with it since I've got these new settings and things that you and I've been running. So but yeah, a lot going on. Yeah, Workman's Adventure did find a war nickel today. It is up again. If you want to see his find, it is up on our Facebook, Southern Relic Adventures
group. It's got some great hunts as well.
Wilton 95, he said, I submitted my find last week. Okay, Wilton, I'll have to go back and check what, because some of you have different names. So if I miss it, it's because probably I didn't know who you were. So I'll go back and look though, and definitely we'll share those finds on next week's thing, and we'll try to get those up. But again, if you want to share them on our Facebook page, go over there and follow us on that Facebook page, and you can share them there, and then I can pull them from there too, especially if you let me know who you are for sure. A couple of others. Metal Detecting Texas says he'll post. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Post some of his beach finds. He says he found 2 war nickels on the beach. That's really cool. That's unusual too. Right. Gary says he finally got his 9-inch for the Manicore. Love that 9-inch coil. I'm going to leave y'all in just a minute with a video before we leave. So definitely check. He says maybe under bill. Okay, I'll go and look. If you want to, you can resend it, and I'll definitely get them up next week, and we'll do our finds the next time. Let's see here. I have found every nickel we made in that property. There you go. I like that. So I'm gonna leave y'all with a video that I just put up. It's just a real quick short. We're gonna share that real quick, and then we'll come back on here. We'll say our good nights. And this was from my last hunt. So I'll let you guys check it out. I think some of you have seen it.
We dug about 5 or 6 buttons, and now we got a piece of cut silver. We got a 2324. We'll take that and we'll keep on moving. Okay, GoPro, stop recording. We got a high screamer here, but there's a lot of iron mixed. See, it's right. It's not a coin, and it's not a button. 1700 sight, you never know what's going to come out of it. We got a 48 painting really nice on the MindLab Manicore site using the M9 core. Here 3536 with the is a wow, this is a small cuff button. It's got a
So that was from one of my hunts back last week, 2 weeks ago, I believe, Michael, where I dug that piece of cut silver. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but thought I would share that with you guys as a way to sort of close out the show. We will get you guys that have finds that want to share. Send them to me. You can send them to me at sransc@gmail.com. Please let me know who you are too, so I don't get confused. But I do get a lot of emails, believe it or not. Some junk, some real, some from all over the place. But anyway, shoot them there, or leave them on your Facebook, on my Facebook group page at Southern Relic Adventures. Let them know, hey, I follow you on YouTube, or I'm a subscriber on YouTube. And, this is for the next finds of the week. You can do that too as well. And then we can pull some more in there, and we'll have a whole bunch for you guys to be able to share. And again, that hunt that you just saw was me using the Manicore with the M9 coil. You can get that M9 coil from Joel down at the bottom. Love that coil. That coil has just been one of my favorites to use with the Manicore.
Mine too.
Yeah, and it's gotten me some great finds. We've got some more great video content coming to the channel, so stay tuned for that. Tell your friends to come and join the channel, subscribe to the channel. Remember, the membership is available for those of you that want a little bit more. We do that monthly video live stream that you get access to. We give away some special giveaways and other things too. So if you're interested in that, you don't have to. We're still going to be doing our regular live streams, but that just gives you a little bit extra. We'll post some things on there, some videos. Members get maybe sometimes some early access to some of the videos too as well before we post them. And so be on the lookout for that as well. But again, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of great times to be a metal detectorist and have all these things happening are all around us right now. So I look forward to sharing some great information with you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight on a Friday night, sharing your time.
We got some good stuff coming down the road, guys.
Oh yeah. And, you guys being here tonight is a great thing. You could have been doing anything else other than hanging out with me and Michael, and we appreciate that as well. So thank y'all so much. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Belle, so much. That was we appreciate all you guys. Great show. Thank you, Workman's Adventure. Thank you, USMC 615. Appreciate you. And we just got a great following. Thank you, Rito. We're going to get your finds up too, and I do have those. You were the only one though that I thought that had sent one, but Walton 915 I think said that he had sent me something too. So, but we will get those finds up on next weekend's live stream. And if I forget, Michael will remind me. So don't worry about that. Right, Michael?
Yep. I got it memorized. I'll remind you.
And Richard, your backpack is on the way. It should be there very, very soon. So get ready for that. Stack Silver says, thanks for sharing all the info. We appreciate you, Stack Silver, for being here. And again, appreciate every single one of you for being here tonight. Thank y'all.
I'll be on the lookout for Sasquatch looking in my window.
Yeah, there's a Sasquatch looking in there, Michael. But again, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. We've been on here an hour and a half. That's a long time, but I appreciate y'all that stay tuned for the whole entire show. It was a good one. Hopefully you got something out of this. Look forward to seeing the Garrett Storm. Look forward to seeing the triple score. The Xterra Elite, all of these new machines, all of these things that are happening. What's going to happen from XP? That's going to be interesting. All of these things are going to be things that we're going to be talking about over the next few months. So I can't wait to bring you guys that information and to share that with you. And thanks again for being here tonight. Michael, anything you want to say before we head out?
Have a good weekend, guys. Hopefully we can get some cooler weather, but it looks like it's set in here, and we're going to be stuck in the 90s.
Hot, Michael.
September.
Hot.
Yeah,
it is going to be hot. So yeah, we're stuck in we're starting to get into those hot days, humid days. There's ticks. I got bit by a tick, by the way, too, and all kinds.
Maybe I can come down. We can go beach hunting, Brian.
Yeah, well, beach hunting is not my favorite thing to do. I'll do it, but
right,
where my love is and where my passion is. So we'll get to that cooler weather sometime real soon. But anyway, hope you guys get out. Have a great weekend. Go out and find something great. If you do, share them with us, and we'll get those finds up on the next episode, which will be next Friday night at 7:30. We'll be back ready to go. If something big happens or something changes in the next few days, I'll hop on here and we'll do a live stream, for you guys that are interested. And we'll be glad to do that. But anyway, you guys take care. Have a wonderful night. And we appreciate each and every one of you taking your time to be with us on your Friday night. So thanks again, and we'll catch you guys on our next adventure. We'll see you guys. Have a great night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.